I was going to get more opportunity to present my credentials. That's the area where the actual visa interview happens. If you have the opportunity, walk by the embassy the day before.
Big piece of advice I want to share with our audience is how to prepare well. We think through the documents. I know we get a lot of document questions, just arriving the day of, what can people do to be in a good, just mindset, how to dress, and even just how do they function in an embassy, in a consulate, before even stepping up to the counter. So what are those preparation tips for first time visa interviews?
Yeah. Well, I think the first thing that I like to tell everybody is that you're going to be nervous. Everyone's nervous. There's no way to not be nervous, right? You're going to go in there. There might be thousands of people in line with you. Rest assured, every single one of them is also nervous. That's the normal state of mind to be in when you go to a visa interview. So don't beat yourself up about it. Don't feel mad at yourself for feeling nervous. Expect that you're going to be nervous and expect, okay, how should I prepare in order to do well, even though I'm nervous, right? That's the way to think about it. And when you go in, it's also good to know what to expect, because if you know what's going to happen, when those things happen, you think, yep, this is exactly what I expected. This is how the process is going to be. If you have the opportunity, walk by the embassy the day before and see, okay, well, I see where the line is and how the people are filing in. So you feel a little bit more familiar with the process. You're going to go in. There's going to be local staff from your country that are outside routing people into different lines, sorting you into different time slots. Then you enter. Depending on your embassy, the format's different, but you're going to enter the interior space. You're going to go to an intake window where they're going to take your passport and your documents. They're going to make sure that all the data is correct. This is not your visa interview. This is just where they're checking to make sure that your name in your passport matches the name in the system, that the passport number matches, the date of birth is correct, that you've got the I-20 form, that you've got everything, you've got your DS-160 confirmation page. They're making sure that you've got all the documents correct and everything's spelled right? Next, you might be going to a window where they're just going to take your fingerprints to confirm your identity. They're going to make sure that you're the person who's standing there with that passport. Sometimes that's combined into a single step at some embassies. So what you want to know is, where's that final window? See where people are having that final interaction and then they're leaving. That's the area where the actual visa interview happens, right? Those first two steps are just administrative. It's that final window where you're talking to that American visa officer, and that's where you're going to have the interview. So knowing a little bit about the process, I think, helps people relax, because it's not just a complete black hole with no information. That's what it's going to be like, and that's when you get your chance, right? A lot of people, and this is a tip that I see that people need, people think that you arrive at that window and then there might be some interactions and then the interview starts. No, that's not the way to think about it. The interview starts before you even walk up to the window. When the person in front of you walks away and the visa officer looks up and looks at you, that's the beginning of your interview, right? They're going to say,
first impression.
You to come up, right? Yeah, the first thing that they say, what's your purpose of travel to the US, right? Maybe they say it in English, maybe they say it in your local language, whatever that is. That's not just some bureaucratic question to get it out of the way before the interview starts. That's the interview, right? So many people say, oh, I thought that, I was going to get more opportunity to present my credentials. The opportunity is when they ask you that first question. That's when the interview has begun.